Okay, really productive week of practice. Just got a ton done. A lot of situations, a lot of individual progress made, a lot of team progress made. Certainly a number of things that we've got to continue to improve on. False starts kind of reared their head again today. We've been really good this week, and sometimes, you as a coach, you're going to put pressure on guys in the way you turn up the music or, try to create a little chaos and see how they react. And today, we didn't react as well as I'd like, but to me, that's part of the learning process. So once again, just 4 really good days. I saw a lot of things that I'm really impressed with and give me a lot of excitement and a lot of hope, and then things that I think we can correct. So we're on the right track. We just got to keep working hard, and these guys will keep doing that. So that's my statement.
What are the things that you'd like to see corrected?
I couldn't hear you. You're hiding behind your camera.
Oh.
Corrected?
Yeah.
Here's what I'd like to see corrected. Certainly, the pre-snap penalties. We've had the officials out here 3 times in the last week, and things have been really clean. But today the false starts got us. Now, I can only use that excuse if we've changed the cadence for so long, and then it becomes a redundant thing and an excuse, and we're not going to do that. And so we will get that fixed. I'm confident of it. But when they get tired, which you want them to get, they have to be able to maintain a focus, and that's why we apply the pressure, so we can get it corrected out here and it doesn't happen in games. I think we have to continue to work on just the finer points of position fundamentals at every single position. But the thing that I like is the competition. I think there's been tremendous competition. When you see Tack McKinley going against Connor McDermott, those two really, really good football players that are going after it, play after play after play, and you see improvement, and they're going to force each other to improve. So there's just a lot of really good things, and like every practice, just some small things we just got to keep pushing. That's why you practice. That's why you practice. So.
How does play calling work? Is Kennedy calling the plays, or is Tui? Or
what do you mean? Like call them or signal them in?
Yeah, signal. Yeah, who's kind of?
Well, everybody does. It's just like it's been. It's no different. The way that we're functioning offensively in terms of communicating a play-in is no different than it's ever been. There's a coordinator that makes a call, and then there's different members of the staff that have different signals that they give to different players out there. So that hadn't been a problem. We had a problem for one play today, but the communication hasn't been a problem. I think the players have done a really good job with that.
Have there been any surprises for you? In a positive way?
Well, I don't know. I hate to use the word surprise because I don't like to put limitations on these guys, but I've been impressed with the way Theo Howard has shown up. I've been impressed with Lokenny and Lenne, and I've been impressed with Breland Brandt. Demetric Felton was doing well. He tweaked his shoulder a little bit. I love the progress that Ely's made. I love the progress that Matt Dickerson's made. I love the progress that Tack's made, Keyshawn Lucier-South's made. I don't think it surprises me. It's encouraging. I could probably name a whole lot of other guys, but a lot of those guys were kind of the incoming guys, the early admits. But I just think as a team, we've come out here every day and we've made progress. It's not always evident to the naked eye, but it is when you go look at the film and you see guys doing things on a more consistent basis.
What's your impression of the running backs and how they've adapted to some of those new concepts you talked about offensively?
I think they've done tremendous, and they're really not new concepts in the running game so much. Maybe new formations. There's only so many ways you can run the football. There's only so many different types of running plays. So we've always run lead. We've always run power. We've always run counter. We've always run wham. We've always run inside and outside zone and stretch. We might just be doing it out of a different personnel group or a different formation. So really the footwork and where the hole is and the timing is kind of the same. But I've been impressed with those first 3 guys. And Muhammad as well. I think he's come on and done some really good things. So I'm encouraged by our backs. And then you've seen that there's been some plays we put Cam in there and I knew together as well for some power stuff. So I like the direction our run game's going in.
How do you feel about your first team offensive line that's been playing the last couple of practices? Just in the way
I felt great Thursday. Today I didn't feel quite as great. But I think there'll be a good group once we get to the fall. And they work through some of the things, and we're incorporating 3 new interior guys. And that's not always easy, so there's some growing pains there, but I think that it'll be a good group. I'm really excited to have Scott Quisenberry back. You know, he's 313 pounds now, and he's still sudden and quick and explosive, and he's extremely smart and accurate with his snaps. So it's just, you know, getting those three guys working together more consistently.
The referees that you bring out here, do you tell them to be kind of ready with their whistle and call everything that they possibly can to build discipline?
Yeah, I think that well, see, discipline is an interesting word when you're talking about penalties. There's different types of penalties. Some penalties are lack of focus, which I'd call discipline, and then some are just aggressive penalties. But the ones that I'm most concerned with are, like you said, the ones that are lack of focus. I've asked them the 3 times that they've been out here to be as picky as they could possibly be. And I haven't seen a lot of flags except for, as you guys see, the false starts. And that's something that we can correct, and we will correct, and we better correct, and we must correct. But the other stuff I say, there's no sense in having them come out here if they're not going to be ultra picky. It doesn't do us any good. So I want them to call everything they see, and that way we can learn from it.
How much different will the last 2 weeks of practice expect to be in the first 2? How much will you?
It'll be about the same. You know, yeah, this is what we've done, as you guys have seen, is a lot of what we call move the ball. Our team periods are unscripted. And the reason we're doing that is I think it's important to give KP and give Tom a chance to react with play calls and substitution to prepare themselves for calling, you know, plays and defenses in games. You can script a practice and it can go beautifully and everybody knows what's coming, and you kind of fool yourself into thinking that you're something that you're not. But when it's unscripted and they're having to react to certain downs and distances and situations and short yardage and goal line and red zone and backed up and all of those things, that's to me where you make improvement. Sometimes it's ugly. You know, today it wasn't necessarily beautiful, that first team period for the offense, but there's a lot of great learning there. So we'll continue to do that. We'll actually add more of that. So.
Mike's been gone the last couple of days.
Mike?
Yeah.
Mike took a hit to the head on Tuesday, and he strained his neck a little bit. And as you guys know, we're ultra conservative when it comes to, you know, any types of head trauma. And so we've kept him off the field. We've kept him out of meetings. I believe we've kept him out of class. I actually asked him if he could just go home and get comfortable at home and rest at home, and he'll be back Monday. I don't know if he'll be on the field Tuesday. We are going to proceed with extreme caution anytime, you know, a brain injury is involved at any level, you know, whether it's, you know, minor or it's very significant. We're going to treat it the same. So, all right. And then Stephen Manfro. Stephen, as you guys know, he got hurt. He's decided that he's going to finish his career. He's not a medical retirement. He's just going to graduate. And, you know, we wish him the best and thank him for everything he did. I mean, he's just a great example of what you want. And it's unfortunate that he suffered another injury. But, you know, I don't think it at all dampens the things that he's meant to this program on the field and off. I mean, he's just been a great teammate to these guys and a great leader. And, you know, when he was on the field, he was productive. And unfortunately, you know, he's just one of those guys that got the injury bug. So that's a tough one. So, okay? All right, have a great weekend. Take care.